The forehand, one of the biggest weapons in the game. Man, you got a good serve, you got a good forehand, you're gonna hold almost every time. So why are you missing the shots all the time? Today I'm gonna go through the top 3 reasons why tennis players miss forehands and give you the fix. So if you're ready, let's get started. Reason number 1. Now we all know the forehand can be a big weapon, so we want to hit it big. So what ends up happening? We end up taking too big a backswing because we want to crush the ball. So you notice this is a very important part right here. If you take a look at my body right now, right, I want to keep everything on this side of the body. Once it starts to cross here and here, I'm taking too big a backswing. So even though sometimes you can crush a forehand being back here and make great shots, you can also sail it way long like that. All right? Now, how do you stop from doing this? This is a big key. You got to work on your preparation. If you watch Roger Federer, you watch all these pros, they're coming out to the side and then they're stopping somewhere around here and then coming into their shot. This is what you want to be doing. And why is it so important? Because the faster the game becomes, right? As people are using, more and more modern rackets and the ball is coming at you faster, you have less time to set up. So if you're setting up way back here and you want to crush forehands, this is when you're going to be wildly inconsistent. So here's a couple things you can do. Number 1, you can come out to the court, you can bring yourself a basket, and you can set this basket here to where you put it right on your hip and then you practice taking swings. Now, if you're going to come here and come beyond here, now all of a sudden you're obviously going to hit the basket, you're going to hurt yourself. So this helps you stay and shorten up your swing so you can start to feel what it's like to keep everything on this side of the body. This is especially going to help you on return of serves as well, because you want to have a nice short backswing on your return of serve. So take the same tip and also apply it to your return of serve. Another thing you can do, it's so important to get your preparation right, to where even when you're off the court, one thing I would do is look in a mirror. The cool thing right now is I'm able to see myself on video. So video yourself, put the mirror right in front of you and practice your turn, that unit turn, and then practice the swing and make sure everything's on the same side of your body. As you get good at that, one thing you can do is you can mix up practicing the shadow stroke here, looking at yourself in the mirror, making sure it's perfect, making sure it's exactly what you want to be, that you're nice and short. And then another thing I suggest you do is to make that turn, make that move with your eyes closed. So now you start practicing this same movement with your eyes closed, and every once in a while, when you go into your unit turn, you open your eyes and see where you are. And you want to make sure that everything is in line exactly how you want it. So that's how you correct the number 1 biggest mistake on forehands. Let me back with the number 2 biggest mistake. The number 2 biggest mistake on the forehand, roll the clip. Okay, roll the clip.
Things I see right off the bat you got to do.
Okay.
Relax.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm nervous.
Relax. Relax. Relax.
I don't know if I can do that.
If you can get number 5, relax.
Oh.
Okay.
That's right, it's relaxing. It's learning how to relax. I'm guilty of it myself. I'm actually working on a new course, a forehand course called the Upgrade Your Forehand Challenge. I invite you to join me. I've been working with the best coaches in the world. Rick Macy's one of them, coached the Williams sisters, Andy Roddick, Maria Sharapova. Anyway, click up here if you'd like to be alerted when that course comes out. It's going to come out around Wimbledon. But it's relaxing, and this is something that's so hard to do. It's something you got to work on as much as your technique. So one of the things I've been working on lately, it's a great idea that I got from Jeff Greenwald, was really paying attention to my grip tension, and when I'm on the practice court and when I'm hitting with people, to intentionally move up and down that tension dial. So sometimes intentionally holding the racket, if 10 is as tight as I can hold a racket, maybe sometimes I'm trying to hit it at a 10 or an 8, just having a death grip and hitting those forehands to feel what tight feels like, okay? And then loosening up to a 6, right? And then a 4, right? And then a 2, And the interesting thing is the ball goes faster and faster. Let's play that from the back so you can see it. It's pretty cool. So again on this, don't be so concerned that the ball goes in or out, okay? Don't be there judging me and saying, well, that was out, Peter, that was it. You have to learn to let that go when you're trying to improve. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out here at a 10 and holding that racket as tight as I can and watch it and see the tension. Look how that ball actually flew out on me and didn't really go that hard. Now I'm gonna go at an 8, so pretty tight, got closer in there. Now I'm at a 6, okay? Now I'm at a 4. See? Notice how the ball's starting to go faster, and then I'm gonna drop down to a 2 where I'm just really letting that racket work for itself. Another 2. Boom. I mean, that ball's going a lot faster as I hold that racket looser. Last but not least is you have to have racket head awareness. If you want to be coming through the ball and swinging with a lot of acceleration, your racket should either be dead even, parallel to the ground, right? That will go in, or even slightly facing towards the ground. Once the racket head tilts up at all, if you have any kind, the angles on a racket are very, very cruel. If I have my racket head tilted up at all when I'm going to accelerate, that ball is going to fly. Even though this is like barely open, this shot would actually go maybe even over the fence, which is crazy. So you have to have racket head awareness, and what you need to be doing is making sure that your swing path is repeatable, because it's hard to guess your way through a shot, and that's what a lot of people do. As they're coming here, they're trying to control the ball with their swing in their hands, and so they're doing things like this, yet they still want to hit the ball hard. So I find that people do this a lot. They basically tweak their hand right before they hit. This is either a conscious decision or a subconscious decision. So again, you want to film yourself to see if you have a little bit of tweakage going on. Just the tiniest amount of this, that ball is going to fly. So take a look. I'm going to show you a couple shots here. We'll slow it down in super slow motion so you can see. I'm going to show some that have my racket head basically the correct way, and that ball will be coming and spinning in. So here I come. I got it in there. That ball is falling in for me, especially that one even landed shorter. So we'll be taking a look at those two. Let's do a couple more. Just make it as I'm hitting, that ball's rolling in. Now these balls are going to go slightly out with a little bit of tweakage. It doesn't take much. Now those balls are headed towards and just a little tweak, the ball is out. So again, watch these. This is just a confident swing, knowing my swing path, and you're going to see those balls going. Whoops, that ball almost. You're going to see these balls going up and in the court with nice spin. Okay, now just a little bit of tweakage going on here. It doesn't take much to get those things to fly. So you've ever gone on the court and you've been frustrated that your ball is just flying so much on you. This is why, because you're just tweaking that hand a little bit. And it doesn't take much to make those things take off. So those are the top 3 reasons why you're missing your forehand. Now you know. Now it's time to go work on it. Go on a forehand journey. And I have actually been on a forehand journey over the last 30 days. It's been incredible. I've had Rick Macy work with me, who's a legendary coach. He's worked again with Andy Roddick, the Williams sisters, Maria Sharapova, Jennifer Capriati, and I went and took a lesson with him. Went down to Florida, drove all the way down there. Then I had a virtual lesson with Jeff Greenwald, one of the best sports psychologists in the world, especially when it comes to tennis, and he's one of the best players over 50 in the world. In fact, he won a 35 and over world title. Then I worked with Dr. Mark Kovacs, a leader in sports science, and he's worked with Sloane Stephens, Donald Young, John Isner, the list goes on and on. He's basically worked with pretty much every American pro. Plus he's been on the court with Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. How cool is that? And he was really showing me how to ramp up my power. And then I ended it with Jeff Saldenstein. Flew out to Denver, had a great lesson. We worked on crushing inside out forehands, hitting awesome forehands down the line, and some ATP footwork stuff. So if you want to get on the early bird alert list, so you know that when we come out, we're going to start with a free series like we always do. It's incredible. And then of course, if you want to take the journey with me, I'm going to give you the same 30-day journey that I've gone through to start working on my forehand, and you're going to see what the best coaches in the world think you need to do to hit the perfect forehand. So if that sounds awesome to you, because let's face it, if you can serve it in and crush it and crush your forehand, you're winning a lot of tennis matches. So sign up here, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video.